Hello and welcome to the Glass House in Melbourne for the fourth game in the Fuji Film Australia Cup for 1989, involving the Fuji team of Japan and the Australian All-Stars. It's a 7-game series and it's really captured the imagination of volleyball players and supporters around Australia. Already good crowds for the games in Perth, Adelaide and Bendigo, and tonight no exception again at the Glass House in Melbourne. They've really turned out in their thousands for this game. Well, the Japanese team represents the Fuji company, but don't be fooled by that. The team has been the leading team, the most successful side in the Japanese league for the part of the Australian lineup, with the dual US gold medalist, the great centre blocker Craig Buck, wearing number 7, and the 22-year-old All-American Tom Duke, expected to join the US national team next season. It promises to be quite a match, and joining me in commentary, the new marketing director for the Australian Volleyball Federation, Byron Schumann. And Byron, volleyball really taking off in Australia. It's going to be a big summer.
It certainly is. I think in the last 12 months we've had tremendous strides. Firstly, it's been introduced into the Australian Institute of Sport. We'll have a full-time program with a full-time coach and players being subsidized. Secondly, beach volleyball has had a tremendous impact, and it's going to be a big summer this year.
The Australians down 3-0 in the series. This could be the decider. Do you think they can turn it around?
Yeah, they're getting better every night. It's simply a question of teamwork, coordination. The Japanese practice probably 5-6 hours a day, and the Australians have had one day together, but I think they'll come and bring it together tonight.
So a tremendous crowd here at the Glass House for this fourth game in the series. Australia trailing 3-0, and Raoul Toole, the Australian captain, gets things underway.
Oh, wonderful dig by Matthew Perry. I don't know if that was intentional, but goes back to Buck down the line. Shoots that to the outside. Great block, Craig Buck.
That's just the start Australia wanted.
That's what he does probably best, the best in the world, blocking, Craig Buck.
Ikaniga is the setter for the Japanese side.
I don't think that ball quite cleared. Great start for the All-Stars. Got a new lineup here for the All-Stars. Coach has been trying to make some changes. It looks like it might work.
Nagano putting it away.
Japanese team keeps it alive. Out to the outside. Oh boy, off the hands. The ball's out. Point Fuji. That's what they've been doing for the last 3 games. The Japanese hitters have really been trying to hit that outside hand to avoid the bigger blockers in the center, and they've been very successful. Back set to Cranley. They're right there. Itsuhashi goes back 7. Great play by Duke. Pushes the ball out to Michael Roy. It's kept alive. Nice rally. See what they do here. Back to the middle. Great play. Craig Buck stretches out a 6'9" frame and gets that ball. High ball to the outside. Great block and out. Too bad. A wonderful rally.
The Australians look really fired up tonight. They were very disappointed with their effort in Bendigo in the 3rd game, losing 3-0 and badly in the last 2 sets, but they're really looking better tonight.
Certainly are. I think with this big crowd, and they have something to prove. Nice set. Matthew Perry. That's his strength, hitting the middle ball, turning it both ways.
So it's 2 points all. First to 15 in each set. And of course, if it gets to 14 all, well, it's a case of
Ace serve here in Cranley. That's the first time that's happened in this series, and I would predict it's the last time. The Japanese will let that happen probably once a month at best. Good. It's like a net violation. Illustrates another, I think, big weakness in the Australian All-Star play, is that their positioning is not quite coordinated. Oh, they keep that ball alive. Off the hands, great save. That goes long. Too bad, nice play.
It's 3 all.
Cranley has trouble passing that ball. The high set goes to Buck. He's gonna try to keep it in. Doesn't get it over.
Now Mitsuhashi, who's serving, the Japanese captain, and one of the most recognizable and popular sportsmen in Japan.
That's right. I think he has a fan club of 2,000 members. Another point This is what's happened in some of the other games, that the Australians will play very well for an extended period and then have these bad streaks and give away points. See if they can get out of it here. Nice pass, Michael Roy. Back set to him, nails it down the line, misses by about 6 inches.
The Australians have missed narrowly on that right-hand line 3 times.
They have, and then just before that we saw the Japanese player put it right in the corner. It's a matter of inches. Got to go to the big man's butt. That's what he's best at. He's probably the premier hitter in the world with that quick, short set. Trouble with the pass again. Buck has to set this.
Duke.
To the other American, Tom Duke. Okay. He stepped, another violation. He stepped over the line.
Timeout called by the Australian coach, Thomas Santamaria, who is celebrating his birthday tonight.
That's right. Let's hope he gets a victory.
Well, I think he'd dearly love to even take a set or two from the Japanese. They've now played 10 sets in the 3 clashes and have won 9-1. Nagano, number 18, with the serve.
This pass by Cranley. Ball goes to Perry. Puts it over out to Mitsuhashi. He dinks the ball, or to it. Over to Perry. He dinks it right back. Tit for tat. Great set. Can't quite get a hit. We should get a side out or point on this. Nope. That ball was set too low. Bit of confusion out there. I don't think there was a mix-up of signals.
But also tremendous control in the backcourt by the Japanese.
Certainly was. That's what they do best. Great set to the middle. The combination has worked all night. I think the key to getting a side out, we'll see right here, is the first pass, and the Japanese do that as well as anyone in the world. They put it right to the setter. Nice block. Back set. Great play by Cranley. Duke's going to take a swing at it. Now that's volleyball.
The Australians playing with a lot of inspiration tonight. Cranley wins that point to make it 8-6. Cranley from Western Australia.
Probably the best defensive player on the team, and there's an illustration right there. Back to the middle, Mitsuhashi. Buck gets it up, pretty good for a big guy. So that ball was blocked straight down. Nothing you can do.
And Narita, number 15, takes over. It's 8-6.
It's going to go high to Roy. He gets a hand. Michael Roy is the most consistent Australian player. I think he has quite a bright star in his horizon.
And Perry with the serve.
Go to the outside here. Boy, great dig by Perry. Ball goes back to Buck. Kept alive by Cranley. I'll go back to him again. He gets that one. Boy, that is a great block by Buck. Ball is kept alive. See what Duke can do with it. Buck. Nice little slice shot.
Somehow he found a gap amongst 3 or 4 Japanese players. So it's 10 all.
Excuse me, 10 years on the national team in the United States. Kamado once again, right in that corner. Step on, go outside to Cranley. He hits the ball deep at.
Kumada.
Nice pass. Back to Cranley. Ball is dug. Nice hit down the line once again.
So this time it's Fuji, Japan, which breaks the deadlock, goes to the lead at 11-10.
Pass, Michael Roy. Japanese with a good block. They're going to go back to Roy here. Back to Mitsuhashi. They're hanging in there tonight. It's been a great game so far. Fuji with a good pass. Ball is blocked. Buck hits the line.
And the 2 Japanese players just stood there looking at it, hoping it would somehow land over the line. 17-16. The first.
That's a good illustration of the rule. When it goes past 15, the game is decided by only 1 point advantage. That was decided in the Seoul Olympics.
So 17-16, the first set to Australia.
What a great game.
Tremendous start to this fourth game of the series.
Misses by about 6 inches.
And in the first set, we were locked on 8-all for about 10 minutes. It's 8-all.
Right back to Buck. When he hits that ball like that, the set's high enough. He's hitting that ball 10 feet or maybe even higher. You can imagine as a basketball player going for the slam dunk.
Mike Roy. Kanaka, and there's the gap. Well found.
Didn't hit it hard, but placed it very nicely.
Cranley, Toole.
Back to the big guy. He's got quite a kill record out there.
I think the Australians are really enjoying playing with this American.
They certainly are. I think the first night they were actually a bit awestruck in Perth. Oh, the Australian team, the backcourt was all sucked in almost to the middle of.
Well, here's the big boy, Kamada, serving at 9-8.
Back and forth.
He could not do a thing about that.
Hard to score points when both teams are passing this well and the setters are executing so well. Hitters are up there swinging away. Might change here if we can get a block. There's a dig. Duke's going to take a swing at it. Yeah, okay, point. Kamada standing straight up. A tie game, 9-9. Duke having an exceptional hitting night. Almost.
Just couldn't control it. Iwashima going to serve up on the line this time. He's not so tall.
No, I say he's passed back to Buck. Sutomi tries a one-handed block. Pretty tough thing to pull off, particularly against a spiker like Craig Buck.
Raul Toole is the Australian captain. He's only short, 181 centimetres. Iwashima and
Craig Buck.
The Australians back in front at 10-9. Let's remember they took the first set 17-16. This is a tremendous effort.
Buck is responsible for a lot of points out there. Hitting, blocking. Here he's setting. Going back to him for another point. Roy. It's going to Duke. Swings that ball down the line. One great set. Kamada, the big boy.
Such power. Now, it may have been going out, but the hands were committed.
That's right.
Still the pressure on the Japanese at 9-10. Toole.
Nice save by Toole.
Kieran Cranley, a very deft shot.
Kamada, they get him this time, but it doesn't go down. Tsuhashi. It's a quick man out there. Another great leaper. Just kind of suspends there and then decides which way he wants to hit the ball. Back to Buck. They blocked him. That ball's on the line. Mitsuhashi says, I don't know.
Well, the referee's paid it to the Australians, and it's 10-all. Craig Buck. What can you do?
The Australians can get this set. Oh, what a dig by Buck. And Duke puts it down, American to American. Smartly lets it drop. Well, this game has probably only been separated by a maximum of 2 points. Tight action.
Here's Tom Duke.
The All-Stars can get this second set. They might win the whole match. Miscue there.
Well, what a turn-up that would be. Now 12-11. Taking a lot of care with his service.
Couldn't be a better birthday present for Coach Thomas Santa Maria than a victory tonight. The lefty. Buck saves it. Oh. Craig Buck turning around with a bit of frustration. That ball should have been touched by someone. Iwashima, good serve down the line. There's a mix-up.
Well, let's hope the Australians just don't lose their cool here. So Iwashima to serve at 12-all after the timeout.
Oh, well, mix up there. Tom Duke let the ball go. Cranley is to take that serve. They're going to try the same thing, and Duke makes a good pass out of it. Ball to Roy. That was a very fortunate side out. They had a bad streak there of 2 or 3 of their worst plays right at the end of this game.
Cranley. Not the time for that.
No.
Kieran.
They're going to have to snap out of it here.
Mitsuhashi.
Need this first pass. They get it. And that's Doug. Mitsuhashi. High set. Iwashima puts that ball up in the rafters. See if they're going to throw that one back. They do. An honest crowd here tonight.
It's set point in the second set at 14-12.
Okay. Blocked down. That set goes to Fuji.
And so the Japanese take the second set 15-12. It's 1 set all, and we're in for a really tight one here at the Glass House in Melbourne. The Japanese went on to win the third set 15-8, but then the All-Stars hit back. Let's pick up play in the fourth. 7-2 is the score.
I thought they were still going to keep that alive, but fortunately it rolled down and hit his shoulder. Perry. Diving serve. Narita. Tsuhashi with a nice save. Back to Narita again, and he hits the ball in the net.
Perry ready to serve again. The tempo is electric.
They've got to keep it going. Probably Santa. Look at that cutback. What a beautiful shot. He rifles that cross court, and that time he just dumped it right over Craig Buck.
Rita.
Buck. A little smile on Sugimoto's face, seeming to say, how do I block this guy?
Michael Roy. Shallow serve, a good one. Oh, where were you, Michael?
Time and time again. Good pass back to the big guy, and he... Back to the Craig Buck's wife's been telling me that. I've been sitting with her last night. Beautiful shot, Michael Roy. They need to get a couple more points here. They can't let this Fuji team come back.
That's better.
Ooh.
Someone's going to have to knock that one out of the crowd. So service back with the Japanese at 5-9. Buck,
Oh,
yes.
Boy. It's a beautiful hit. Normally he hits that ball cross court. That time he brought it back to the line. Quick serve by the setter, Raul Tool. Take shot. Oh, beautiful save by Mitsuhashi. Unleashed by Narita.
12-5. You wouldn't read about this scoreline.
Timeout, Fujifilm, Japan.
The Australians, well, it's almost worth a standing ovation. A big ovation as they lead 12-5 in the fourth set.
Well, this could be history tonight. Never has an Australian team beat a Japanese team of this caliber, I think, or any Japanese team for that matter. Oh, there's a great block. That's Matthew Perry.
Perry and Roy, a couple of Aussie boys involved, and it's 13-5.
Rising to the occasion. remember this game for a long time.
Kamada just reminding them who they're playing.
That's right.
5-13. Now here's Iwashima. He won 4 or 5 in a row on service in the third set, but not this time, sir.
Get in strong.
They tried all sorts of ways to get over.
They need a point here. They can get a block. Got Buck on the outside. He gets his hands over. Still alive. Back to...
Brilliant, Roy.
Still alive. High set to Sujimoto, the lefty. Get control here. Back to Buck. See if he can do it. Yes, he does on that back line. Got a point. 14.
It looked inevitable. Now Mike Roy serving at 14-8. The crowd is alive. And it clips the net. Oh, how could you do that?
Craig Buck says don't worry about it. Sometimes you have to still stay aggressive and not be afraid, not let up when you have this big lead. So, boy, hammer down the line. Craig Buck.
Well, they got the 2 Americans right where they want them in the front of the court here. Iwashima.
Oh, it's kept alive by Buck. He's going to take a swing at it. 2-time gold medalist wins the point and wins that set. 15-8.
The Australians level it up at 2 sets all. And what a thriller here at the Glass House. 15-8 to the Australians in the 4th set. Well, just listen to that ovation for the Australian All-Stars as the players prepare for the 5th and final set. The Japanese win it, they win the Australia Cup. And if the Australians win it, it's perhaps the greatest result ever in the history of Australian volleyball. So either way, it's a significant set.
This would be a spectacular victory. A great way to initiate, I think, this Australian Institute of Sport program. Get some of these players even more fired up to go to Sydney and play. And I think they might even have a chance of qualifying in '91 at first.
Akio Ikunaga to start the service in the final set. 2 sets all. And Tom Duke puts it wide over the back, and it's 1-0 to the Japanese. This 5th and final set, well, it could be the most significant result in Australian volleyball, even at this stage at 2 sets all.
Well, they got 2 straight bad passes. One was deep and one was over the net. 2 worst, or 2 most fundamental errors that you can find in volleyball. Let's hope that that's curtailed right here. And it is. And back to Buck. It's a bit high for him. Kamada. Oh, Buck.
That is superb.
Yeah, he was way up on that one.
It was the same old story with Kamada, wasn't it? He tried the touch, and for the 3rd time
just
tonight,
the wrong guy. Anyone else? Great block. Duke is way over the net. Back to Kamada. What's he do this time? Swings away. Toole, who's going to set? The big guy. Back to his colleague.
Combination of Iwashima and Satomi.
This Japanese team always keeps the ball alive.
Toole.
Good pass. Cranley can't do much with that. It's a low set. Here we go. It's a good pass. And, oh, Buck just puts the nail in that one. Timely play. 10-10. What excitement here. They need a point. Oh, great block by Duke. Push back out to the hitter of the night, Kamada, and that ball is on the line.
That was definitely in.
Yep, right on the line. 11-10.
The Australian All-Stars here in front.
History in the making if they pull this one out.
Well, 4 points away from it. Ikanaga.
Back set to Buck gets him. It's confusion. They're going out to the big Kamada. Buck gets him again. It's got to go to Kamada. It does. And Buck gets in a third time. What a block. What a play.
Did he enjoy that or what?
Yeah.
He's playing like a man who wants to straighten
Timeout,
citizenship
Fuji
pretty quickly. 12-10. Australia in front. Which way is it going to go? I cannot believe this Australian team, in comparison with the one that I drove 340 k's to see last night.
Should have stayed in Fiji till today.
Interested spectators. I wonder who they're supporting. Well, there's Heather Buck. That's Craig Buck's wife, out from the United States, and I'm sure enjoying every moment of this. Australia in front, 12-10. Raul Tool with a serve.
It's a good pass. He's going to go with that back one, and it's Tom Duke this time. Great block. 13-10. They're 2 away from history. Good pass. Back to the middle. Iwashima, and it's Craig Buck. I don't know. 2 Americans. Doesn't matter. 14-10.
The alliance is good. 14-10.
This is it. Outside to the big guy, and Buck gets in. What a game. What a match.
Brilliant blocking by the Australians.